this lovely summer's evening in the garden of Mr. and Mrs. Trevor in Farnborough Park. Here we are at the flower bed. As you can see, the daffodils and tulips are really at their best. We have some azaleas that are just coming along nicely there. Just a beautiful background with the heather. Different colours, as you can see, and the blues and the yellows. And the ivy that is a nice backdrop. Moving along to a very attractive mauve miniature azalea that was bought last year, and we've been very pleased with this one because in the first year it is a little difficult to keep these flowers. We have to protect the roots, so we've done very well with this one. Moving along, we have a few poppies just showing their heads there. And an azalea which, when in bloom, will be a lovely salmon pink. The box, again, always a reliable evergreen. And this little beauty, really, is just a little seedling that has kind of matured itself, and I have to keep a bit of an eye on this because it can take over the path if you're not careful. In the background, of course, you can see a lovely magnolia. Unfortunately, magnolias don't last very long. The flowers only tend to stay for us for a few days, so one really has to make the most of them when they are with us. Underneath are some daffodils and narcissus, and the daffodils are still quite pretty, but one or two of the miniature ones, of course, are now finishing. Moving over to the bird bath, which we try to keep filled with water so we can encourage some very attractive birds. And we have a bit of heather around just to give us a bit of colouring, and a little bit of natural pebble will always make something look attractive. If we move across the front lawn, if we like to follow, come a little closer. We have one or two evergreens that are now also coming into flower. Little London Pride that will be coming along from regular pink, dashing here. And of course again we have the hosta that's coming along nicely here, which have a lovely white flower which makes a nice focal point. Again the azaleas are coming along, of course. Hyacinths there just toning up the pink. One or two odd snowdrops and bluebells in there. Still a bit of a wild selection there, I think. Rhododendrons along the back which come along, which are a very dark mauve. They come into flower when the pink rhododendrons are finished. Berberis again. We had that chopped down quite brutally a few years ago when we had the garden redesigned, and that's come along nicely. There's a little bit of a pruning here and there, but well worth keeping, we think. We have a selection of conifers, different heights, different colours, different maturity. We have some young 2 to 3 year old trees, and if you look along and follow your eye, you have some 10-year-old trees. We've tried to vary the colours to give us a little bit of a variation. Of course you have some silver birches in the background, one or two evergreen shrubs, and of course one or two deciduous trees. The oak tree leaves, if you look very carefully, are starting to sprout nicely. And of course one finds that this time of the year the garden is really looking pretty. Here we have a useful shrub, an evergreen shrub that has a pink tinge before the flower finally turns to white. If we'd like to move along to the front of the house, there are some pots and hanging baskets which add a splash of colour. So if I make my way down to the front of the house, evergreen. Normally we have hanging baskets with summer bedding plants, but we felt we would have something all the year round from now on. We have ivy, pansies, and the miniature daffodils. In the basket at the front of the house we have really a ground cover plant, but we felt that it was a change from the ivy. It was just a little bit of relief. Daffodils at the front were really at their best a couple of weeks ago, but with a little bit of colour. They'll go on for another week or so we can rely on them. These, by the way, stay in all the year round. We don't bother to move daffodils on because we feel that we don't want to disturb them. They've only been in a couple of years and we've been very lucky with them, so we think they'll leave well alone. Coming along here, we have a few pretty pansies. Front of the house we have some dwarf conifers which have made a nice hedging. Tinge of blue and green makes a change from the evergreens that we have at the side of the house. Over here we've used ivy, miniature daffodils and some pansies. Look at the large head on that. It's almost like a beautiful face, isn't it? Again, a little bit of greenery up here, and of course once these ivies get a little bit more mature, they will of course fill and you will not see this, and this will be a real nice evergreen. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this afternoon's just a whistle-stop tour just to see Mr. and Mrs. Trevor's house, and we hope you'll join us next week when we'll be visiting another house. Bye-bye. I'm pleased with that because we haven't got that colour, have we?
No.
It's alright. I chose that because I thought it would be a nice shade.